probably see it now.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. You know they say when life gives you lemons, you make a Sanitäter helmet. Here's how you do it. As I said in last week's video, I've been stockpiling a lot of these videos over time. And so a lot of these kind of videos that I'm going to be pumping out throughout the next week or so, next few weeks, are going to be incomplete. So I'm going to have to be adding myself and just adding a little commentary here and there. And so before we get into the actual video in which we make it from a infantry style helm into a Sanitäter one, I want to preface first of all that I just used a random Stahlhelm that I owned that I was willing to kind of get painted up and all. And so make sure you're using the correct period accurate Stahlhelm for your impression. And also, if you're going to be trying this at home, please, if you're going to be using spray paint at least, please do this in a well-ventilated area. I did this outside so that it wasn't really a problem for me. I had plenty of fresh air, obviously, but if you're doing this at home, please be careful when you're dealing with spray paint.
We're going to do the first coat of spray paint on this bad boy, and we are doing this on top of the soon-to-be bunker, and so yeah, so this is all going to get covered in a future video, and I'll do a video on the trench, and so that's what I'm doing on this. So that should do it for the first coat. We're just gonna let it be here to dry for a little bit, maybe move it to someplace where it's not gonna get rained on. It's been raining here a lot. And so we're just gonna let this first coat dry, and then tomorrow probably we're gonna do another coat and we'll go from there. But yeah, this is just the first coat. If it holds up like this, maybe we'll just keep it looking dirty so it looks like it's been used and all. But if not, then we'll have to do a whole other coat.
Now, the next part of the video is the actual markings on the helmet itself. It is very important that when you're trying to replicate anything from the Second World War, or even just history in general, that you have it looking period correct. We do not want something to look out of place or out of touch and all. And so the best way to do that is to look at pictures and videos from the actual era. And so the way that I kind of went about this was I looked up Sanitäters from World War II, and I looked at the helmets, I looked at the helmet designs. I even went to a local museum and I looked at the helmet they had on display there, and I made sure that what I was putting on my helmet, the markings and the positioning and all, is 100% accurate to what they would have done. Because the last thing we want to do is to misrepresent history and what things actually look like. That is the whole point of reenacting, was that history can come to life, and so it would be kind of, counteracting the whole thing if we just kind of go on our own.
And so now that we are finally done with the overall paint job on the helmet itself, we got a few little smudges here and there, but it doesn't really matter when you're looking at it from far away. So now that this is all done, came out very nicely, we're now going to use this acrylic paint to paint on red crosses in the front, the sides, and the top, and maybe the back, but I don't really know because of the screw. But specifically the sides, the top, and then the front side. And even though they would have had brushes back then, I'm just going to be using these little sponge brushes so I can get more precise lining on it. We got a little smudge right over here, so I'm going to grab some tweezers just so I can kind of pluck that out. There we go. Now, yes, it is preferred that it, I know some people use stencils and all, but I like to give it more of that authentic look. They didn't have stencils back then. At least on the front lines they didn't, and neither will I. I'm just going to clean up some of those lines. And there we have one of our first little red crosses. So now we're just going to repeat that same process on the sides and on the top.
This is going to kind of wrap up the video. I just want to show a few pictures of the end product of what we kind of finished with today of making it, and then also a picture of what it looks like when I'm actually wearing it in the middle of a battle. But thank you so much for watching, and remember to subscribe.